Hello everybody, I'm John Maddox with DIY PhD, and today we're going to be talking about the EchoLink amp. Now what the EchoLink amp does is this allows you to tie it into your Echo universe. So the same way you program your dots or any smart home device or even your Echo Show, you'll now be able to take any set of stereo speakers that you currently already own and pull those speakers into that universe. What you'll also be able to do is set it as a preferred speaker, which means anything that you ask a dot or a show or any Echo device, if it's paired with that as a preferred speaker, the answers or whatever it replies with will come through those speakers. Now, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be setting up a whole house system off of these. And what I currently have is I have two integrated amps with multi-zone capability, and they're Denon amps, and they're supposed to use a HEOS app that talks to Alexa, but it doesn't give me the functionality that I want to control room by room. So because of that, and because of how many speakers I currently have, I'm not going to be installing one or two, but I'm going to be installing 8 of these amps. And every single one of my rooms will be able to set up individually, or through the multi-room setup, I will be able to play the entire house through my Echoes by just telling it to play radio through Amazon Unlimited or any other service that I might have set up. So I've seen a few videos on just the EchoLink amp, but I haven't seen anyone set them up in the multi-room or group settings yet, or do a whole house stereo like I'm about to. So what I have is I have speakers on my back patio, I have speakers in my living room, in the hallway, and every single one of the bedrooms, and even some speakers in the front yard that I'm trying to set up to play some Christmas music on when we get our lights set up and everything for the holidays. So for a multi-room, whole house, EchoLink amp, 8 times setup, continue watching. So, what comes in your EchoLink amp box? So, if you open it up here, it has a pretty simple packaging. So, it of course comes with your amp, which has a rotary dial, has 2 LED indicator lights under the rotary dial, a headphone jack on the front. When you turn it over to the back, you have your power cord, goes in right here. You have your wire hookups for your 2 speakers, positive and negative. You have optical in and out. You have RCA in and out, as well as a subwoofer out. You have a coaxial in and out. You have an Ethernet port, and then you have a function button on the back. So pretty simple design and setup for that. And underneath the amp, you have your paperwork here. And if you open up, tells you what connections are what, how to wire it up, and of course to download the Alexa app to operate it. And then on the side here, you have your power cord. And that is all that comes in the box, is mainly your amp and your power cord, obviously some paperwork, but if you want to hook up any of those other ports, you're gonna have to dig through one of your drawers, find some old cables to get any of that functionality to work. So that is what comes inside the box. This is my current cabinet setup, and what I have here is I have 2 Denon, they're AVR X6500H series amplifiers, and the problem with these is I was told they would only run, or they would run 4 zones. Come to find out they only run 3 zones. And you can see right here, they say they work with HEOS and Amazon Alexa, which they do. But the problem is it reads this 1 amp as one device and this 1 amp as one device, and you can't separate the zones as individual rooms. So you can't tell Alexa to play something on 1 zone of these amps. You can only play it on 1 whole device, which meant I was stuck to playing 3 areas of the house on 1 thing, and I couldn't separate room by room, and that was kind of the initiator to get the 8 individual amps. Now I can program every room to its own thing in Alexa, as well as tie it to each dot that's in each room or each echo that's in each room, and set it up to have each room control each set of speakers, which is something that this current setup can't do. These are amazing amps actually if you want to set up a home theater system. They have crazy functionality. They are actually 11 channel amps. They're as smart as they come, and they're a big bang for the buck. They just aren't perfect for my current setup. So I have a 16-port network switch here that I'll be tying all my amps into for just better compatibility, as well as I will need to be rerouting some power because I'm going to need 8 plugs, but as you can see, I have a whole mess of wiring that I need to clean up. So let's dive in and get started with swapping these out. Okay, once you're all installed, you want to go into the Alexa app and then click on Devices and then click on the plus in the top right hand corner. This is going to open up your list. Then you're going to click on Add Device. Then you're going to click on Amazon Echo, and then in this list you're going to want to search for your Echo Link amp, which should be in here towards the bottom, I believe. Then you're going to want to click Continue once it's been hooked up to your speakers, which mine is, and then once you're here, you're going to listen for...
Hello. Your device is ready for setup. Just follow the instructions in your Alexa app.
That over the speakers, it's going to ask you to link over Bluetooth first, so be close to the device, and then it's going to ask you to select your network. Once you've selected your network, if your password is saved, it will go ahead and automatically connect your amp to your Wi-Fi. Once it's connected, hit Continue. Now it says my amp is online. I'm going to hit Continue, and then it's going to ask me, where is this amp playing music at in my home? It's playing in my living room, so I'm going to select that and hit Continue. Then it's going to ask if I want to make this a preferred speaker. Since I have an Echo in my living room, I want to set this up, and what this will do is whenever I ask my Echo a question, it's going to play back whatever the answer is over the speakers through this amp into my living room. Next, I'm going to want to remove my current whole house audio setup that I had set up with my previous amps over my Denons. So I'm going to go ahead and delete those one at a time to remove all of my old existing equipment from my Echo universe. It's very important to keep all of these devices organized. Don't leave lingering things behind in your Echo, because then it'll run into name confusion if things sound similar, and it just causes problems. Along with organizing your Echo universe, I'm very big on naming things as soon as I install them. So this is now called John's third Echo Link amp, but I don't want John's first, John's second, John's third, John's fourth. So I'm going to go ahead and rename these to whatever they are and where they're located in the house. So I know later down the road, whenever I open this up, if I need to edit anything, I'm going to be able to see exactly what amp goes to where. Now with everything organized, I'm going to go down to my previous whole house audio system where my HEOS was connected and try and connect my amps. But as you can see, they are grayed out. That is because this whole house audio system for the Echolink amps works differently than things such as the Sonos devices or like my previous HEOS amps. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to delete this group because it's no longer needed, because the Echolink amps are set up a little bit differently. They're set up through the multi-room music setup. From here, I'm going to use multi-room music, hit next, and then from here, I'm going to look for my whole house audio, which doesn't show up because this is a kind of a different setting inside the Alexa app. It doesn't work with your devices as normal. So I'm going to go ahead and create my whole house audio group again for the Echolink amp. Now as it loads up here, you'll see all my amps here, and as well as this should pull in all my other Echo devices, and now I can start selecting everything that I would want inside that. But now that I think about it, I'm not going to want my bedrooms, probably not going to want my front yard. But one cool thing is you can tie your Echoes into this, so I'm going to go down and actually select my kitchen Echo Show. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to click on my kitchen Echo Show, and it's going to add that Echo Show speaker in with all my amps. So when I play my whole house audio, it's going to play my kitchen off of my show, and then through the amps across my living room, my hallway, and my patio. So this will kind of give me my whole house kind of audio when I'm entertaining guests. As you can see, Alexa created a group called Whole House Audio, and now it's set up and ready to be played. So let's give that a try. Alexa, play Eric Church Radio on Whole House Audio.
The station Eric Church on Amazon Music, playing on the Whole House Audio group.
Alexa, play Top 100.
Playing Billboard songs.
So there you have it. 8 zones, 8 sets of speakers, 8 rooms, all pre-existing wiring from my house, and I now have it fully controlled with Alexa. This is something that I've been looking forward to for about 6 months since we originally got the old HEOS amps. So I'm super thrilled. I can sit in any room now and just say, Alexa, play this, and it'll come over just that. Or I can have the option of saying play over whole house, which is what I programmed. I also realized after looking back into the app that it automatically set up an everywhere option, which allowed me to literally play across every amp that it recognized inside the system, and all of the Echo Dots recognized inside of the system. So that kind of gets built as you start implementing the multi-room setup. A few things that I got wrong when I was going over the amp originally with the unboxing is it doesn't have a coax, it just has a digital. Another thing is it doesn't have LED indicator lights on the front, at least 2 indicators. It does have a radial set of LEDs that lets you know where the volume's at. So if you do have it sitting on like a media center or something like that, then you'll be able to like set the volume and you'll see where it's at manually. But the great thing is you could also set it with your voice, very similar to the Echo Dots where you can say set to 5. And it is a 1 to 10 setting, so 5 is 50%, 7 is 70%, and so on. So other than that, I'm super thrilled with them. As far as like high-end quality, I'm not really going for that. So I'm not really checking for those audiophile people out there. I'm more so checking for functionality, where I wanted to be able to just tell Alexa to play music in a specific room, and then it started playing that in that room. And that's what I have now. So it took 8 of them to do it with what I currently had, but I was also able to really clean up my audio closet, which has just been a nightmare for me since we moved in, but I'm thoroughly happy, and I can't wait to just continue to use the system, especially when we have parties. So John Maddox signing off for DIY PhD. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. If you have questions, I can do more videos. If you guys need to go more in depth on something that I didn't cover, please let me know. I'll be happy to do that. Thanks again.